GRIAS Academy.
100 days, 100 themes, one goal, UPSC Prelims. Hello all, welcome back to the program Mission Surya Phase 3, a STEM revision program where we deal with current affairs completely regarding to science and technology and environment in completely Prelims perspective. So let's get started with our today's session. Moving on to our first topic for today. Let's see. Previously in yesterday's session itself, we have discussed that we are going to deal with climate change current affairs regarding the last 1.5 years, right? So in that case, yesterday we have discussed a few topics. For today, we are going to discuss a few more topics regarding the climate change current affairs. Okay, let's see the first one. It is sectoral transitions and environmental technologies. Okay, and in this the first one is energy storage, vanadium pentoxide battery technologies. Basically, we have spoke about these batteries in the previous classes also, like lithium ion batteries, and these type of vanadium batteries are also being used by India for the storage of energy from the solar rooftops. The energy which is generated, they are stored in the battery storage systems for to release them whenever they are needed in the grid system, right? In that way, see, we have few statements like CSIR develops indigenous vanadium pentoxide recovery processes to boost grid scale battery manufacturing. Which is mentioned in PIB on February 14, 2026. And the other statement is the promise of vanadium flow batteries in India's renewable energy transition. This is mentioned in the Hindu on August 12, 2025. Right? Now, let us see the material significance. Material significance is, let's see what is vanadium pentoxide, how it is useful and all. Okay, vanadium pentoxide is generally a high reactive amphoteric inorganic oxide. Amphoteric inorganic oxide means this can even act as both acid as well as base. Okay, that substances which acts as both acid and base are called amphoteric inorganic oxides. Like in the sense, when in the by the substrate it used, like if acid is reacted with it, if acid compound is reacted with it, it acts as this vanadium pentoxide acts as base. If the base is being used as a substrate, this vanadium pentoxide acts as acid. That's why we call it as amphoteric inorganic oxide. Okay, and which is prized for its strong redox capability. Strong redox capabilities means it can undergo both oxidation and reduction processes also. This is the specification of vanadium pentoxide. Okay, now coming to the battery application, it is increasingly utilized as a cathode material. Generally, cathode material is a positive cathode. Both zinc ion and lithium ion batteries. In both zinc ion and lithium ion batteries, this is being used. To overcome these performance barriers, scientists have developed thermo-engineered vanadium pentoxides. Which creates structural defects, and prosperity that allow for much faster ion transport. Due to much faster ion transport, what happens? The battery charging also of the EV vehicles increases. Okay, this makes aqueous zinc ion batteries, a safer, fire risk free and cheaper alternative to lithium ion system, because basically the lithium ions we are mostly importing from different countries like China, Japan and all. Okay, to reduce the import dependency and all, and to make it cheaper alternative to traditional lithium ion systems for renewable grid storage. Okay, next, this is the applications and the significance of vanadium pentoxide. Now, moving on to the next topic. Our next topic is bioremediation advances and carbon capture. The Department of Biotechnology launches pan-India network for algae-based carbon capture and bioremediation. This was stated in the PIB on November 3rd, 2025. Okay, now let us see. What happened? The Indian Department of Biotechnology, the DBT, the Indian Department of Biotechnology and the Biotechnology Industry Research Association Assistance Council, this BIRAC, BIRAC plus Department of Biotechnology. These two institutes has launched a major initiative. They have launched a major initiative which is being focused on algae-based carbon capture. Carbon capture, utilization and bioremediation as a part of its Bio-E3 policy. We have seen this Bio-E3 policy right? That is biotechnology for environment, for economy and employment. This is the Bio-E3 policy. This initiative aims to establish what? Aims to establish a nationwide network for high performance biomanufacturing platforms, with a specific focus on utilizing microalgae to mitigate industrial emissions and treat the waste treatment. Basically for this waste treatment and all, a specific type of bacteria is used. In MFCs we have seen that, right? In the same case, this Department of Biotechnology and BIRAC, these two institutions have launched a program in the Bio-E3 policy stating that utilizing microalgae to mitigate the industrial emissions, and treat the wastewater, they have utilizing this microalgae. Apart from that, bacteria which are responsible for cleaning the water. Okay, next. See, engineered microbes show promise in industrial carbon sequestration. Says new IISC, Indian Institute of Science study, which is mentioned in January 28, 2026. The next article, it is researchers, basically on this context it says researchers developed an enzymatic platforms using the enzyme named UNDB. Which is basically found in bacterial membranes. They are found usually in the membranes of the bacteria to convert fatty acids into alkenes. They are using an enzyme called UNDB. This is completely a enzymatic platform. Rather than using the bacteria, now enzymes are being used. Okay. Next, this team has enhanced the efficiency by utilizing an enzyme called catalase enzyme, okay, which breaks down hydrogen peroxide. It breaks the hydrogen peroxide that previously inactivated the enzyme, enabling continuous production. Okay, this is what the engineered microbes show promise in industrial carbon sequestration. Okay, this is completely about the carbon sequestration. Next, see, what is this bioremediation frontiers? The bioremediation frontiers are, this bioremediation uses biological agents. This uses what? Biological agents to neutralize pollutants. Notably, the Indian Institute of Technology, IIT, has successfully experimented with a novel cotton-based nano-composite design. Novel cotton-based nano-composite, which is designed specifically for treating and mopping up pollutants like oil spills. Okay. Now, ocean-based CCUs. This is an advanced carbon capture. This is the advanced carbon capture, which includes ocean alkalinity enhancement, adding pulverized minerals like lime and all to seawater to accelerate carbon dioxide absorption. It has come up with ocean-based CCUs. Okay. Next, the next concept is marine and plastic pollution mitigation. plastic pollution mitigation. Yesterday we spoke about plastic pollution, right? It is being affecting throughout globally, like mainly oceans are being affected. The species in the ocean are also being affected due to this plastic pollution. Even not only the species in the ocean, but even humans are also affecting by this plastic, like nanoplastics are used, microplastics are used. We are using it more frequently in nowadays, like any product is coming up with plastic. So plastic is a very dangerous thing. Upon when they are subjected to particular temperature and heat, they produce few chemicals which harms our body. Okay, so we have to reduce the usage of plastic. Even they are not degradable in the soil also, it takes millions of years. Even for millions of years also it won't get degraded. Okay, see, Ministry of Earth Sciences. Ministry of Earth Sciences expands Swachh Sagar, Surakshit Sagar campaign to tackle microplastic pollution. Swachh Sagar and Surakshit Sagar projects are being extended by the Ministry of Earth Sciences to tackle microplastic pollution. Okay, and the next statement is Global Plastic Treaty. Global Plastic Treaty talks, where India pushes for tech transfer and common but differentiated responsibilities, which is mentioned in the Hindu on 15th March of 2026. We can see plastic carbon footprint. Plastic carbon footprint means, see, the plastic production is projected to consume how much? 19% of the global carbon budget by 2040. By 2040, this plastic production is projected to consume 19% of the global carbon budget by 2040. Cutting single-use plastics is vital for both climate and waste management. Cutting single-use plastics like use and throw bottles, okay, is vital for both climate and waste management. It is very important because everyone are using, were habited for this use and throw things, right? So basically the food or the water which we are getting in the bottles and all are basically use and throw. We take a bottle of 20 rupees, we drink it and we'll discard it, right? Will that get degraded? No, it won't get degraded in the soil. Even after many years also it won't get degraded. It leads to waste in the, it leads to the carbon emissions, it leads to the many release of chemicals which harms the global warming, which leads to global warming, right? Next. Moving on to our next topic, we'll see global vulnerabilities and earth systems. Global vulnerabilities and earth systems, why it is in the news and the context of it is global monitoring agencies frequently reports on severe geographic shifts, tracking retreating glaciers and sinking metropolis. Basically, due to this climatic conditions, due to this global warming effect and due to this melting of glaciers and all, we are experiencing large disturbances in the earth system. Like the glaciers has to be cool, it has to be, the temperatures have to be maintained in such a way that it doesn't get melted. But due to this global warming and the temperature fluctuations, these glaciers are getting melted. And due to the groundwater sourcing also, heavy groundwater rising also, the metropolitan cities, few cities are being shrinked into the water. Okay. In that cases, if we take the first one is the Cryosphere alpine retreat versus the Palmer-Karakoram anomaly. Okay, let's see. What is this cryosphere? Cryosphere is the complete what you call snow, ice caps, this glaciers, all these constitute to be the cryosphere. Okay, now see, we have a statement in the Hindu stating Karakoram anomaly weakening. Karakoram anomaly is weakening. New study warns of accelerated glacier melt in the Himalayas. The Hindu stated in August 18, 2025. Okay, see. Now, the third pole and anomaly. What is this third pole? The third pole is basically the Tibetan Plateau plus Himalayan region. This constituently we call it as the third pole. Okay, other than South Pole and North Pole, we call another pole, the Tibetan Plateau and the Himalayan regions, to be of another pole, the third pole. Okay, an anomaly comprising the Tibetan Plateau and the surrounding ranges, surrounding Himalayan ranges. The third pole is losing ice rapidly. It losing the ice rapidly. We can see few Himalayan regions, how cold they are. This Manali, Shimla, when you come to the highest ranges like Karakoram ranges and all, they are highly covered in ice. So due to the global warming and rapid increase of this temperatures and all, the third pole is losing ice rapidly. However, a unique phenomenon known as the Palmer-Karakoram anomaly, Palmer-Karakoram anomaly exists where certain glaciers remain stable or grow. Certain glaciers, not, we can't say only one glacier is present, right? In these ranges, so many glaciers are present. In those glaciers, so many glaciers, in some glaciers are stable and they grow also. Okay, in the same way, a prime example is the Chukurbashi ice cap. Chukurbashi ice cap, which is present in the Karakoram ranges in Tajikistan, the height of this, the Chukurbashi ice cap is 5,810 to 5,814 meters. Okay, which defines global warming trends, which defines the global warming trends due to increased winter precipitation due to the western disturbances and cooler summer temperatures. Even in summer also the temperatures are more cooler comparatively to before. Due to this, the Chukurbashi ice cap is being affected. Okay, next, same way globally, alpine glaciers record catastrophic mass loss in 2025. Catastrophic mass loss in 2025 in European summer. The Hindu in January 12, 2025 stated, means alpine glacier loss, which is in which country? It is in Europe, right? So the world's glaciers are even facing the catastrophic mass loss. Catastrophic mass loss means they are losing the ice capability. Okay, like it is the glaciers are melting, the snow is melting, and the mountains are rapidly decreasing and even growing. Okay, key indicators include the Great Alch Glacier, Altach Glacier, which is the largest and longest in the Swiss Alps. It is the largest and longest in the Swiss Alps. And the Pastrus Glacier, which is located in Australia's Hoy or Eastern Alps. Okay, both are undergoing severe retreat due to temperature fluctuations and temperature changes in the environment. Okay, and this is in India, this what you call the Karakoram anomaly, this Palmer-Karakoram anomaly, and globally it is the alpine glaciers which are facing high disturbances. Okay, next, coming to the next topic, our next topic is urban sinking, Jakarta's capital shift. Urban sinking due to leading to the Jakarta capital shift. Basically, Indonesia, we can see here, Indonesia is moving its capital from Jakarta to Nusantara in East Kalimantan on Borneo, which inaugurated by President Joko Widodo to escape sinking. To escape what? Sinking. Congested Jakarta. Jakarta is congested. Okay, so the $33 to $45 billion forest city project seeks to create a sustainable high-tech hub with completion aimed for 2045. By 2045, the complete capital of Indonesia will develop in Nusantara, rather leaving Jakarta ahead. Okay, serving as a new administrative center while Jakarta remains as the economic hub. It remains as the economic hub, but the main capital is moving to Nusantara. Okay, the aim is to develop Nusantara by 2045 by Indonesia. Why it is happening? As Jakarta sinks, Jakarta is sinking. in Indonesia officially inaugurates Nusantara as its new administrative capital. Nusantara as its new administrative capital, which is stated in the Hindu on 17th August 2025. Lessons from Jakarta: rising sea and groundwater extraction threaten the Asian mega cities. Even it is threatening the Asian mega cities because due to high groundwater extraction, the sea levels are increasing and the metropolitan cities are sinking. That is what we have spoken the before, right? In the before slide we can see this. See, global vulnerabilities and earth systems where on severe geographic shifts, tracking retreating glaciers and sinking of metropolises. Okay, due to this groundwater extraction and this sea level increasing, the cities are getting drained into the water. Okay, next we can take the example of this what you call Maldives also. Even Maldives also, it will sink into the ocean. It is ready to do so because the sea level is also rising, right? So because of this, Maldives also won't be a tourist place anymore. We can't see Maldives later on. Okay, that's what we have heard previously, right? Like the same thing in Indonesia, Jakarta also Jakarta is also shrinking. That's why because of the increased sea level and groundwater extraction, this Jakarta is being sinking. So that's why they are moving this capital of Indonesia to Nusantara. Okay, now moving on to the next topic. Our next topic is Atlantic meridional overturning circulation collapse. Atlantic meridional overturning collapse, which means Atlantic Ocean currents weakening faster than anticipated, pushing climate closer to the tipping point. A study in 2026 in Science Advance indicates that AMOC, that is Atlantic meridional overturning circulation, is weakening more severely than the most climate models. It's worsening more severe than the most climate models previously which they are predicted, with potential for a 50% decrease in the strength, decrease in the strength by the end of this century. Okay, see, catastrophic climate shift. As we already seen that ice caps, these glaciers and all are melting, right? A collapse would likely trigger severe consequences, including what? European deep freeze. Due to this European deep freeze may occur, and rising sea levels on USA east coast may occur. Global weathering chaos and food security crisis may also occur. Okay. What AMOC collapse means? AMOC collapse means for the Indian monsoons. Scientists sounds alarm. Because of this collapse, Indian monsoons may also get affected. This few scientists have stated in the Hindu, February 15, 2026. How it by increased fresh water from melting Greenland ice. See, increased fresh water from melting the Greenland ice threatens the halt of this ocean conveyor belt, which could trap massive amounts of carbon in the southern ocean. Okay, which trigger cold winters in Europe and disrupt global monsoons. They can disrupt the global monsoon also. Basically, because of this AMOC, Europe is highly getting affected. Sorry, Europe gets freezed also if this gets collapsed. Okay, next. Sorry. The AMOC operates as a global conveyor belt. This current, the ocean current, the Atlantic meridional ocean current, acts as a global conveyor belt which moving warm water north and cold water in the south. warm waters in the north and cold waters in the south. Basically a circulation, ocean circulations will be like this, right? So in that manner, in north it is moving with the warm water current, and from south it is moving with the cold water current. This regulates both global temperature and stabilizes the monsoon. This is what happening in the AMOC. So weakened land sea contrast. Weakened land sea contrast is that the Indian monsoons is driven by the temperature. The Indian monsoons are driven by the temperature between the rapidly heating Indian land masses, rapidly heating Indian land masses and the cooler surrounding oceans. Basically, yes, our India, when we see, the India is covered with see, just a second, I'll try drawing India map. Not here, just give me a minute. I hope you all can see here. This is our India. Malo, don't take it serious because I am very poor at drawing. So this part and the down part, this is completely covered by ocean, means the complete 3/4 part of Indian landmass is covered by ocean, and obviously by the land masses we are getting heated here. This is the heat air, it is coming from this side, and the cool air is coming from this three sides from our from oceans, right? You can see the same thing, it is given described here, like the Indian monsoons is driven by the monsoons are basically driven by this concept only. Like see, the Indian monsoons is driven by the temperature difference between the rapidly heating land masses, Indian land masses, and the cooler surrounding oceans. A cooler northern hemisphere which caused by the AMOC shutdown would weaken this thermal contrast. Now this can weaken the thermal contrast, okay, by reducing the strength of the rain bearing winds. It can reduce the strength of the rain bearing winds from the Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. Basically how rain will create, rain is created by this condensation process. The the warm air rises up, right, and the cool air, am I correct? Yeah. So in that case, it reducing the strength of the rain bearing winds from which are coming from the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal to our India. Okay, this is what the weakened land sea contrast is about. Now let's looking on to the next topic, tipping point risk. While 2021 IPCC report considered a collapse this century unlikely, recent studies suggest that AMOC is weakening faster than the previous thought, making it a critical imminent risk. Okay, the 2021 IPCC report has stated that the AMOC is shrinking more faster. It is collapsing more faster than the estimated one. Okay, this is leading to the imminent risk and making it a critical situation. Okay, next our next topic is peatlands and critical carbon sinks. Peatlands and critical carbon sinks. Okay, see, though covering only 3 to 4% of the Earth's surface, the terrestrial peatlands sequester over 550 billion tons of carbon, produces 550 billion tons of carbon, double the amount held in all global forest combined, doubled the amount held in the all global forests when combined. See, global peatland conservation crucial to meet net zero targets, UNEP reports stresses. This is given, the statement which is given in the Hindu, November 10, 2025. See, the global peatland conservation and restoration are critical for meeting net zero targets by 2020. Net zero target means having zero pollution and zero, when a nation is called net zero nation, zero country, when the emissions are zero, when the net zero emissions is equal to net pollution control measures. Okay. See. So, according to the reports from the United Nations Environment Programme and the Petlands Initiative, despite covering only 3 to 4%, despite covering, they are only covering 3 to 4% of Earth's land surface, petlands are roughly 30% of global soil carbon. 30% of global soil carbon means twice as much as the world's forests. Okay, so restoring degraded petlands can unlock billions in climate finance for developing nations. These petlands has to be restored. How the support is? So this support is critically needed for which countries? It is needed for 8 countries that hold 97% of tropical petland carbon mitigation potential. These countries are Indonesia, Malaysia, Papua New Guinea, Uganda, Brazil, Democratic Republic of Congo, Peru and Republic of Congo. These are the 8 countries which hold 97% of tropical petland carbon mitigation potential. So these have to be, this is the, they need the support. Okay. Next, these countries need the support in a critical manner. Next. Moving on to the next topic. Our next topic is systemic resilience, health and technological preparedness. Health and technological preparedness. See, WHO Pandemic Agreement. WHO Pandemic Agreement, World Health Organization. Okay, this is an institutional preparedness. It is an institutional preparedness to tackle cascading global emergencies. Cascading global emergencies using next generation technologies and data architectures in paramount. Data architectures in paramount. Now, a statement in Hindu stated that WHO countries strikes World Health Organization. Countries strike landmark agreement on tackling future pandemics. This is given in the Hindu paper on April 16, 2025 stating a climate change alters pathogen vectors. Due to this climate change, this climate change can alter the pathogen vectors, which global health treaties are vital. Okay, importantly for Indian Article 22 Clause 2, Article 22 of Clause 2 prevents the WHO from overriding national sovereignty. It prevents the WHO from overriding the national sovereignty to enforce domestic mandates, on Article 22 of Clause 2. Right? See, another statement like India roots for benefit systems at pandemic agreement talks. This the Hindu has stated in March 14, 2026. As due to this climatic changes also, many newborn diseases are coming up, right? Because of the sudden climatic changes. See, in COVID-19 only, the temperatures are one of the main reason for this virus to get spread, right? Temperature is also one of the main reason where this virus is being spread. Like that, many pathogens are being altered due to this climatic changes. So, globe has to be in a prepared manner to face the global health pandemic challenges. Next. AI preparedness, optical fibers and critical tech indexes. We will see that. Harnessing artificial intelligence for inclusive growth, innovation and skilling. We spoke about optical fibers, right, in our first class itself. Like these are used in place of our traditional silicon fibers. Now optical fibers are used for fast transmission of data and the electricity even. Okay, now see, harnessing artificial intelligence for inclusive growth, innovation and skilling, which is mentioned in PIB on February 12, 2026. The next is RailTel successfully curates AI Healthcare Panel. AI Healthcare Panel discussions at AI Impact Summit 2025. RailTel. RailTel successfully curates AI healthcare panel. Okay. Next, the next one is Indian Railways approves 398.6 crore optical fiber cable backbone project for Ahmedabad and Ratlam divisions. Even in railways also these optical fibers are being used rapidly. Next, laying a maintenance of optical fiber cables in the country. Laying and maintenance of optical fiber cables in the country, which is mentioned in the PIB. Next, the next is IMF AI Preparedness Index. IMF AI Preparedness Index, which gave India ranks 72nd. India ranked how much? 72nd out of 174 countries, where balancing strong AI innovations against gaps in digital infrastructure. For this, India has given the rank of 72nd out of 174 in IMF AI Preparedness Index. Next, sustainable computing via optical fibers. Sustainable computing via optical fibers, using optical fibers, like how to offset the massive carbon footprint of traditional silicon based AI computing. Rather than using the silicon based AI computing, optical fibers are being used in this AI computing. Researchers are developing photonic AI chips using the optical fiber technology. By utilizing optical fibers to transmit data via photons, by using photons, that is light instead of electrons. Instead of electrons and all, they are using photons for transmission of data. Computations can occur in picoseconds. Can occur in how many seconds? Picoseconds, not even a milliseconds, in picoseconds, and sub-nanoseconds latency. So see how faster the data get transferred from one system to another system by this, using optical fiber AI computing. Okay, by using what? Photonic AI chips. Okay, rather than using the silicon based AI computing. Next, AI agents and governance. The next frontier of climate modeling relies on AI agents. They rely on AI agents, which are defined by their autonomy, global oriented nature, planning capabilities and tool uses. Okay, these advancements are actively tracked by the Information System Audit and Control Assistance. Okay, and which is measured through which one? This is measured through critical and emerging technology indexes. Critical and emerging technology indexes. What it does? It monitors semiconductors, AI, biotech, space and quantum technologies are being monitored by this institute, that is Critical and Emerging Technology Index. Okay. So that's all for today. I hope everyone liked this video, and we hope we have covered all the current affairs regarding the climate change which are mentioned in the last 1.5 years, using the sources from PIB and the Hindu. And if you wanted the detailed content of this, please do visit our website. The link is provided below in the description. Download the note from there, detailed description note from there, and do like and subscribe our YouTube channel, and however follow our Instagram and Telegram channel for your UPSC preparations. See you all tomorrow with another model of current affairs regarding the STEM revision program of Science and Technology and Environment. Thank you.